Hi y'all, this is Color by Alexis and I'm here to show you kind of how I color in my color by number books on my iPad Procreate using the Apple Pencil C port, which is the older version of the Apple Pencil, and my iPad is it is a one of the cheaper ones, but instead of the lowest gigabyte, it's the 268 or 250 something gigabyte. So I got it at Best Buy for around, with the pencil case, protector, iPad, and everything, it was $600. And on Amazon, you can get it for around that price or cheaper, depending on if you get the refurbished or not. Anyway, I found that the C pencil is just as good as the Pro pencil. But if you can get an iPad Pro, why not? If you have the money, just do it. But anyway, if you have an iPad or an older generation iPad that can run Procreate, I think that you will be just fine. So I scan all my books, and yes, these are the books I have, and so I categorize them by the author, or just like whatever I can remember. But anyway, I'm going to go to this Sachin Sachdeva because he's one of my favorites. I'm going to show you how to do something simple as a mandala. This 50 diamond mandala color by number. I did scan it. I did not buy it digitally. I scanned this. I bought it from Amazon. So you would pick, like, okay, so if you have it files right here, I would pick this one. I think that I haven't. No, I did do that one. Let's do this one. Okay, so you take this and you take a screenshot of it and you crop it to the page like this. I like doing them a little smaller. I don't need such white space. So I would do it like that. When you do that, Instagram or wherever you post it will mold to it and it'll look just as good. So anyway, I took a screenshot of it. So then I go back and I go to my Procreate. Sorry about that. Okay. And I go up here in the right hand side where it says select, import, and photo, and the little plus sign up here in the corner. I'm going to press photo. Okay, oops. Okay, I'm going to press photo. It's going to bring up my photos. And I clicked on the picture I just took. So now it took you right to the picture of the screenshot that we took from the book. And like I'll show you again. So we got this right here. In our files, you can also take it just from a picture or whatever, but this is how I do it. So you go to the file and you screenshot again. You know what I mean? So I'm just showing you the process again. This is not the second step. Okay. So you would cut it or crop it to whatever size you want. It could be the whole page, or like I'm doing, it doesn't matter. As long as it's saved to photos and it's a screenshot. So now we were in the gallery in the main page, and up here in the right it says photo. Click photo, select the screenshot, and it pops it up. See, now I have two. So anyway, so you're on here, and that should be layer 1. Now what you're going to do is you're going to click on layer 1 like I just did, and it brings up this little menu. And I want you to put reference. And then I'm going to make another layer. So layer 2 now. Now when you are on layer 2, make sure that it's highlighted in blue. Layer 2, click on the little letter, which is N. for normal. Now go up to multiply. Okay. Now you could zoom in, and because I put layer 1 that's highlighted in blue as a reference, is going to I don't know the real term of it, but it's going to fill in those blocks. Anything that's in a shape, okay? So when you go to layer 2, which I'm clicked on layer 2, highlighted in blue, I'm going to zoom in to the lines. In any color you want, just like that, okay? Actually, let's turn this on to normal again so you could see the lines better. Okay, so when you do normal, it means that it's going to go on top of the black. See, so now I could just go like this and see where it says continue filling up there. Here, I'll do it again. See where it says continue filling? Now you're going to be in what is called the color drop. And that means you don't have to drag it. You could just click it on all the black spaces, but not on the white spaces, on the black spaces. Okay, these are your lines. You want to cover all the lines in whatever color you choose, as long as it's not black, because black is hard to tell where the lines that you missed are. See, I accidentally clicked on the white. Oh, there it is. Okay. See, because I did it in a different color, I can see the black where I missed it. And like I do, I'm doing color drops, so I don't have to drag the color. And watch, I'll show you again. So I drag the color to the line, it filled it in, then I press continue filling, and now I'm in color drop again. Okay? Okay, let's see. So oh, here's some black right here. Sometimes you gotta click on multiple spots in the line, and even if it doesn't look all that great, it's gonna look fine. See, it looks fine from far away. So anyway, okay, so I got all the lines covered, and that was on layer 2. Now, to get them to be black, right, click on layer 2, and then go up here to this little magic wand. It says gallery, wrench, and magic wand. Okay, that's what I call it. So go on the magic wand, and it's called gradient map. At 1, 2, 3, 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4 down. Gradient map. Okay, so click breathe and make sure, and it's usually like this, okay? It's usually something like this, but I edit it by pressing on the little circles and making them all black, okay? So now all the lines are black. Now, you can skip all this step and just do the black lines, but I'm telling you that it is easier to do it in a different color so you can see where you missed it. So now we got the basic outline of what we want to color, but so we're going to have to change the layer 2 to the reference. Okay, so now we're going to want all the color to flood into these black spaces instead of layer 1. Okay, so just keep layer 1 the way it is so you can see the numbers. Now do another layer and make sure that the number N is to M, multiply. Okay, and like again, you can click on the little letter next to the checkbox and it will open up the list. And we need to go all the way to the top to multiply. So layer 3, multiply. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to go back to the file and get the color guide. Now this is the color guide, and I'm going to take a screenshot of it. And you can crop it or leave it. Sometimes I just leave it, but I'm going to crop it for the video. So this is the color palette that I have. So I saved it into my pictures. So now I go back to Procreate, and I go to the little wrench, and I go to Canvas. And so this is the little wrench, the little canvas. See where the blue is? Canvas. And then I'm going to switch on reference. Okay? So now I'm in the reference box. Now it's showing me the image that I just did, because that's the canvas. But if you want a different image, such as what we just took a screenshot of, you go to image, where it says import image. Click on it. It brings up your photos. Click on there. And now you have the reference. Okay, now that's pretty big. So grab it by the corner and make it smaller. But make sure you grab it on the darker black. If you do this in the middle, it's going to move your picture, okay? So go like that. So now, number 12 is light blue. So I already got some colors right here. So this is light blue. So now, here it goes. This is how you color. So make sure you have it like that reference is on layer 2 where you did the black lines over the top. Okay, so layer 3 is where you're going to color. Now again, you're going to drag it to the space. It's going to fill, and you're going to do color drop. And then you're going to click on all the 12s or whatever number you want. And then this is 11. So you click in 11 and it's filling in the spots. And if you know your color guide pretty well, it's not going to be that hard to choose the colors. I know all the... Okay, see what happened right there is I pressed on the edge of the black. When it does that, it's going to turn all that color. So what you're going to do is undo it and try and click on the white, okay? I'm looking at the guide because I don't know everything. That's why it's there. So I am again doing color drop, and I will show you it right now. Okay, so I drag it to fill it, and then up here it says continue filling, and it will have a check mark under color drop if you see here up by the top by the reference and the little paintbrush. Okay, and yes, let's go a hot pink here. So now I'm filling in the spaces. Okay. And I have been doing this all with my finger. You could use the Apple Pencil, but sometimes you don't have to. I'm just using my finger right now. I've used my finger the whole time in this video. So you don't necessarily have to use the pencil all the time. So again, layer 1 is just the picture with the numbers, okay? Layer 2 is where we did the lining of it, and we put that one as reference. Number 2 is reference, okay? And number 3 is where you do your coloring. Okay, since I did the layers, it took me off of color drop, so I am going to do it again. So you can get pretty fast at this, especially if you're not talking to YouTube. This video was requested by a new follower, and I hope that I taught something valuable. But this took me like 2 years to figure out because I didn't have any help. Well, I had some help from new friends and stuff like that, but I learned this trick on my own. And not, well, it was probably a combination of everybody helping me in my imagination. So I want to thank Nicole and Anne for helping me learn how to do this. Even if they don't do it themselves, they sparked my imagination, and I was able to come up with how to do this. If you do the reference, it's going to allow the color drop. Remember that on that lining that you put. So you could do it to any kind of color by number. I do it mainly on color by number because with a non-color by number, you don't need the numbers. So I will show, after this, I will show you how to do a non-color by number. I just want to show you the end result, and that's why I keep coloring, okay? And to show you that it doesn't take much time, I just suggest that you zoom in a lot because then you could really get in the black lines. You know that it's going to color fill correctly if you get it in the white or between the black, okay? I hope that you guys will have fun coloring on Procreate like I do. And if you want to see more, see, I clicked the outside of the box. So I'm just going to double tap with 2 fingers or tap with 2 fingers and it goes away. Watch, if I did it on the outside, it's brown, and then I'm using my pointing finger and my thumb, and I'm just touching the screen, and it erases. We are almost done. I love this color purple. It's my favorite color, purple. So I use it in like every one of my pictures. Okay, where did that? There it goes. Okay. We're almost done. Okay, so now the whole picture is colored. So now what do? So you unclick. Okay, so this is layer 1. We're going back to layer 1. Click the little box and it goes off. And now you're just, there's no numbers. Okay? So that's how you would just do the first layer. And then if you want a shading, you would go to make a layer 4 and go to multiply again, which is by clicking the little number by the checkbox. and you would take a a shading brush. I got this ABC texture pack and from Etsy, and it gave me this grainy spray shader. Okay, so if you take let's say gray, and you're on layer 4, multiply on top, layer 4, make sure layer 4 is at the top, and then you could just put in some shading if you like. Okay, and then that's what gray looks like. We could do blue on the corner. Sorry if you hear my dog snoring. Okay, so that would be blue, and then we got another purple right here. If you want to make it fancy. Sometimes I really don't. That's how I do so many pages, is I just like making the picture come to life. You know what I mean? But sometimes this is really fun too. So even a little bit of that shading looks pretty good. So let's turn that off. See how it looks like flat right now? And then with the shading, it gives it a little extra pop. And sometimes I'll do a layer 5. And it's still referencing the layer 2. So I could just drag this black and make it black in the background. If you like. So now that's how you would do color by number. So if you go back here, and we'll find a cute little like a sweet days. Let's just do this one. It doesn't matter. So you would take a screenshot of it, crop it to the size you want. Okay, so I do it like that. Save picture. Go back to Procreate. Go back up here where it says select import photo plus. Okay, we want to do photo again. Remember, photo at the top is the right. And click on the screenshot we just did. It's going to make that layer 1. Make that reference. Make layer 1 reference. Add a layer. And on layer 2, do the N to the M. Multiply. Okay, and now there's no numbers, so we don't have to do the lines on top. So let's just pick a color. Let's say we want these to do that. But see, okay, here's the thing. Okay, now it's filling it in. But see how there's white right there? It's not all the way full. So what do? You're like, oh man. So you drag it again. You hold it. And see, and if you pull to the left, the threshold goes down. If you pull to the right, but you have to hold it down, pull to the right, and make sure that it's all full. Now the next one will be 2, and you could continue filling. Okay, that sounds kind of crazy, but just remember to hold and swipe left or swipe right to get the threshold differently. Here, I'll do it again. Okay, so I'll click this blue, and I'm going to drag it, hold it, go to the left, and you see that then the lines start going up. And see, I ran out of screen. So what we do is undo it again, pull it, hold it, and see how it keeps on going down the threshold up at the number. So pull the other direction, and the more the threshold, the more it's going to cover. Okay? So pull it, click it onto color drop, and then I'm not going to color this one, but I'm just showing you how you can color in any spot you want. It doesn't have to be color by number. But I want you to see right here how this little white turned pink too. And you're like, why is it doing that? And if you see right here, this is broken. So I'll show you how to fix it, okay? So get your eraser, unerase or erase the coloring. Okay, now go back to your reference, which is layer 1. Click Studio Brush, okay, or Studio Pen. Do black, okay, and just fill in this on the reference, okay, if it's broken. Go back to layer 2, okay, get your pink again, and see now you're fine. So if your lines are broken, it's not going to fill in because the reference fills in the spaces. Okay, if the space is broken, it can't fill it. So anyway, so that's how I color drop and do my coloring pages. And if you go right here on this one, it took us the canvas information, stats. It took us 17 minutes with 30 strokes. That's not bad. And if you have 20 minutes a day to do a picture, then you'll have a lot of pictures at the end of the month. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope that this has inspired you to color on the Procreate app. And if you want, please subscribe to my channel, share my videos, and also follow me on Instagram at color_by_Alexis. If not, I understand. All I wanted to do was help people. And of course, I want more followers and stuff. I mean, that's a given. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.